Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-Mathyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, so I kept the topic. It sounds mystical, okay? The hidden teaching beyond yoga. To look at that, little bit we have to see what is the purpose of yoga. I mean, many of us do yoga for the sake of health, BP issues, fitness, stretching, which is fine. We are perfectly fine to do that. But yoga is more than that. How many of you have been exposed to some of the philosophies behind yoga? Please put up your hands. Yeah? Oh, good, very good, excellent. So we know that Patanjali in his sutras defines yoga as chitta vritti nirodha, mastery of the mind, and for which he starts from yama niyamas and goes up to samadhi all the way. So the whole thing, right from your value base, which is yama niyama, right up to the practice of samadhi, up to and including the practice of samadhi, is meant for mastering your mind. So that's why mastering the mind has a lot of nuances. Including your therapy can be included into mastering the mind. Why? It is taking care of kleshas that the Yoga Sutras talk about. Another way of taking care of it. In olden India, were there therapists? Not really, in the modern sense of the word, but everyone had a one-on-one with their teacher, with the master who was there. One-on-one was always there. All of my students have a one-on-one with me. So that took care of those aspects of it. Which today's world, many of us will probably go to a therapist or something. So all that is included into mastering your mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. So how do you put mastery in a simple term? In simple words. Think clearly, feel deeply, act decisively. Most of us don't think clearly because unless we have studied logic or a lot of science, we picked up thinking as a part of socialization. So a lot of distortions crept in. A lot of biases crept in. Cultural bias, religious bias, national bias, liberal bias. Liberal bias, yeah, because you are against all non-liberals. Wokism crept in. So that's all a lack of clarity. The biases I'm talking about, not a liberal thing. Liberal is good. So handling all that is part of mastery of the mind. In yoga, it goes under a catch-all name of kleshas. And why is samadhi also meant for mastering the mind? Because what is the ultimate mastery? You think when you want to think. When you don't want to think, you don't think. Your mind is like a samurai sword. You have seen the movies, no? Samurai movies. So does the warrior carry a sword in his arm all the time? No, it's sheathed. When he wants it, it comes out in a flash. After the use, goes back. Similarly, your mind, when you need to think, you think. When you don't want to think, when you don't have to think, sit down. No thought. So the samadhi is the ultimate mastery that you can have. But you can't say, I go half an hour into samadhi every morning, but throughout the day I am disturbed. No, those also have to be taken care of. Because mastery is holistic. It is not just a technique. It's part of my emotional maturity. I have not gone beyond yoga. Okay? I'm still remaining within yoga, giving a holistic view of it. Okay. Now, I have mastered my mind. Fine. What am I going to do with that mastered mind? What do I do with it? Which will bring us to a fundamental question: what is the purpose of life? Because in yoga we are fine-tuning the body, your prana, your energy, your emotions, your thinking. It's all fine-tuned and harmonized very nicely. Good. You got a great equipment going. This machine is functioning very well. Okay. What are you going to do with it? Am I still going back to my old things of, okay, relationships? Your relationships, well, the quality of relationship will definitely improve. Hopefully. Because you can never say with relationship. Okay. Work, of course, will improve. Whatever you do, you'll do well. You'll have a great degree of competency. You have to pick up the skills of work, of course. Yoga is here. But if you put me in front of a computer and say, start coding, I say, what is that? This is functioning well, but I don't have the skills of coding. So obviously I will not be able to perform that. So that is a different thing, that you have to pick up skills. Harmonizing this is a part of yoga. Skills your education, etc. will give you. Or you pick it up, depending upon what you need to do. But your ability to pick it up will be great. Why? You can think clearly. There's a story illustrating this, okay? I know, afternoon time, people have had something to eat, maybe a little bit dull time. So, let me lighten the mood a bit. How many of you have heard an author called Hermann Hesse? Great, hey, I'm speaking to a very nice audience. Siddhartha, the book? Yeah. It's a great book. This person, this young boy, goes to become a monk. He's 13, 14 when he goes to become a monk. Too early. You become a monk after you have examined life a bit. But he goes off very early. And then in the forest he realizes that, hey, I don't know much about life. I know nothing about love. Except the fact that my parents were loving. Beyond that, I know nothing about love. I want to learn about love. Good decision. So he gets out of the forest and lands up in this city, where he goes to a courtesan's house. Oh, ancient India, we had courtesans. They were people who sang, danced, entertained in the palaces. This thing. If the feelings were right and the things was right, they also got into romantic relationships. So he goes to this lady's house. And she looks up and she's surprised to see a person looking like a monk standing in front. She gets up and says, Swamiji, what can I do for you? He says, I have come to study about love. What a pickup line. Come to study about love. So she smiles and says, well, men court me, they come with gifts, they come well dressed. Not like this. Says, they are people who want your affection. I have come as a student, I want to learn. So she is intrigued. She is intrigued. She says, okay, stay in the city, pick up a job, get a haircut, because probably he was wild, get a haircut, and then we'll see what we can do about it. I said, okay, fine, done. Because if you're going as a student, you're willing to do what it takes. And she says, do you know anyone in the city? He says, no, I don't know anyone. Okay, go to this businessman, I'll give you a letter. Probably he'll give you a job if he thinks you're fit, though I don't know what you'll be fit for. So he goes to this businessman with a letter. Oh, Swarnalata has sent you. Good. What can you do? No, this answer is very good. I can think, I can wait, I can fast. CV, okay? His CV is, I can think, I can wait, I can fast. And the businessman employs him. Why? If he can think, there's nothing he can't learn. You think, you know how to think. If you think, you know how to learn. You can wait. You have emotional intelligence. You're not in a hurry. You have the patience to get things done. Fast, I can deny gratification until I can get it. Delay gratification until I get it. Great qualities to have. His personality, personal machine is great condition. Skills he'll pick up. I don't want to go into the whole story, what happened to him and all. That is, you read the book. Okay. That's outside the purview of this class, of this session. But this much is valid. So he chose. And later on he chooses something else, which I will talk about in this next 3 sessions. So, most of the sessions that I have in this 3 sessions I have will be building up on what I said before. For the sake of the people who may be walking in without, so the second session, without coming to the first session, I'll do a small summary. Okay. So this is it. All right. You are now yogis. You have mastered your mind. Even if you can't go into samadhi, you still have a great degree of mastery. All right. Now what? Now what are you going to do with that mind? Lead a normal life. Good. There's nothing wrong in that. It's great. Lead a normal life very effectively. But have you fine-tuned all this just to lead a normal life? You could have done that without all that also, isn't it? Yeah. You mean everyone who's having a great life outside has done yoga? Yoga, agreed, it will help you in your normal life. It will make you much happier, hopefully. But do you need yoga to be a successful person? Do you need yoga to have self-actualization in terms of your talents, etc.? Definitely yoga will help. But do you need that? You can do without that also. Swamiji, are you being dismissive of yoga? No. I'm trying to show you what yoga is meant for. What is more than all this? And why am I calling it hidden? Because Patanjali deliberately did not elaborate it. In his sutras he has mentioned certain things. So Swarupa Avasthanam, Swatmani Tishtati, etc. He has mentioned a few of these things, which gives us a clue that, hey, it is meant for more than mastery. Mastery is the main purpose. But with that mastered mind, what do you do? For that, you have to examine the basic human condition. Who is the one practicing yoga? A self-awareful, self-conscious, thinking, feeling entity, isn't it? And as human beings, whether you are a yogi or not a yogi, as a human being, we are self-awareful. And the self we are aware of, we are not very happy with. So many of us tried normal things, we are not happy with it. So let me try abnormal things. Let me stand up on my head and get a different perspective of life. Okay. No one is really totally happy with themselves, with their self-judgment of what they are. They are not happy. Who's happy? Tell me. I mean, take a good, hard, long look at myself. Am I truly fulfilled as a person? Or am I looking for fulfillment? And if you're honest, the answer will be, barring a handful, if humanity, we are not fulfilled beings. We are people struggling, trying to get some fulfillment, trying to echo out some happiness from life. If nothing, go into samadhi and be happy there. So what is life about? As a self-awareful person, I make some conclusions about myself. They are basic conclusions based on what I would call your equipment, body, mind. And what you do with this body and mind. If I were to ask you, who are you? You will probably give me your name. Correct? I am so and so. Really? Were you consulted before you are given that name? Some of us would like to change our name. Why? I don't like my name. I was not even consulted. My parents decided. And sometimes they didn't also have the choice. Mother-in-law insisted. My father's name has to go in there. So, your name is not you. You existed, you came into existence, and then you were named. Right or wrong? Yes. So, your name is not you. That's for us to relate to you. Okay, we know this is that person. And then you found that is not enough, because there can be 3 Toms in a setup. So you added a middle name, a surname. All this is for identifying the entity. That's all. You sadhus have the same problem. You have 3 sadhus here with the same surname, Saraswati. Brahmavidananda Saraswati. Brahma Prajnananda Saraswati. Sarva Priyananda Saraswati. All Saraswatis. Because same source. So, surname, same source. Then Ananda, middle name is Ananda. That is also common. Because you are supposed to be joyful, fulfilled beings. Only the first name is different. So you have all this. Name given to you. You think as a monk I chose my name? No. My guru decided. This is your name. Okay, fine. At least there I should have some say. No, you don't have a say. Guru decides. And there's nothing like telling the Guru, I'm not happy with that name, Swamiji, please give me another name. This fits you. This fits you, take it. Done. So a name is not you. That is given to you. Then probably the next, if I still stick with my question, you will give me some with your profession. I'm a doctor. I'm an engineer. That's your job. That's your function. That's what you do. That's not what you are. You're much more than that. A great philosopher said that. This is only what I do. I am much more than that. You know who that philosopher was? No? You ask, if I go in that teen yoga place and ask, they will all know. Batman. He said it to his girlfriend. Okay. It's only what I do. Yeah, but there can be wisdom right there also. So, that's only what you do. I'm a yogi. Why? Because I practice yoga. No. I'm a monk because I chose a peculiar role where I'm dropping other roles. Very peculiar role. Committed to learning and teaching. What else is there? Nothing else. Don't you get bored? Next question. No job, no this thing. If you're a fulfilled being, you don't get bored. If you're not fulfilled, you'll get bored. So, just what you do. These are all the roles that you are playing with your body and mind. Who's the guy? Who's the person? Who is the person who's fulfilling this role? Who's filling up this role? Human being. Human being, that is another judgment based on your body and mind. What is a human being? One who has got self-awareness and freedom of choice. Artificial intelligence does not have that yet. Though I've seen now, there are people who are into relationship with artificial intelligence. My girlfriend never disagrees with me. She always validates me. Wouldn't you be bored with a girlfriend like that? All the time saying yes to you? I mean, imagine a scenario. You have put AI into a humanoid. That's the next step. No conflicts. I have a girlfriend who agrees with me totally. And you come home. Darling, shall we go out for dinner? Whatever you want. Where shall you go? Wherever you choose. What shall we eat? What would you like to eat? That's boring. Yeah, there's not a relationship. What relationship is there in that? Boring. So, you're a human being because you're self-aware and you have a freedom of choice. Choice can create conflicts. Because there are conflicts, you have conflict resolution. Then you have what is known as human life. You all know that, you have experienced that enough. But that's also a self-judgment. I'm a human being is a self-judgment based on what you're aware of. Who's that entity who's aware of the body, aware of the mind? Who's that guy? Knowing that is supposed to be the secret teaching. But why do you need that? Why do you need that? Well, you have a choice to go into that or not go into that. That choice is there. But in my thinking, I think all of humanity needs it. Because there is a certain problem of human existence. What is the problem of human existence? Not food, clothing, shelter. We have come a long way from that. Food, clothing, shelter was gone. That we shared with the animal kingdom once upon a time. And now, nobody has problem of food, clothing, shelter. Then what is the problem about? Your self-judgment is, I am a finite being. I am a finite being. As a finite being, I have certain fundamental issues. I am different from everyone else. I am isolated disconnected with everyone else. I am disconnected with everybody else. This disconnectedness leads to a sense of isolation and loneliness. This is the human problem. Swamiji, I am not lonely, I have a family. Just imagine a scenario when you want to do something, you have an idea, and nobody understands what you want. Do you feel lonely right there or not? What does it require to be lonely? Nobody understands me. And does that not happen often in our lives? In fact, the biggest complaint I hear all over the world is, Swamiji, my family doesn't understand me, my partner doesn't understand me, my children, of course they don't understand you. And for children, parents, oh my God, they never understand anything I want. We all went through that, isn't it? That phase in our lives when we felt parents didn't understand one thing about ourselves. Don't worry, I also went through the same thing. What do you think? My parents understood when I said I want to become a monk? I think in India everyone is so spiritual that they'll understand, oh, you want to be a monk? Very good. You have my blessings. What nonsense are you doing? What nonsense are you talking? Parents don't understand. I didn't expect them to understand. I only expected them in time to come to terms with it. And it went a bit better than that, so good. In time, not initially. So you will feel isolated and lonely, isn't it? Natural. Not only that, there are other existential issues coming in. The problem of purposelessness. What's your purpose in life? Oh, we have to find our purpose. What purpose? Tell me. I know people. Oh, find purpose. No, to build an industry, this, that. All right, you built. Then what next? And now I'm looking for a buyer for it. Why? I thought that was your purpose. You're selling your purpose? What is that? I've achieved that and no more fun in it. My children don't want to run it. They don't want to inherit it. They want to do their own things. So what am I going to do with it? Good question. You feel purposeless right there. You achieved. But at the end of it, what? I want to leave a legacy. What legacy are you going to leave? This happens a lot in Indian parents. I don't know whether you can relate to this example, but in India this is a big thing. This man works hard, struggles hard. He's got 2 children. He wants to live in an apartment for each of them. Let my children not struggle like how I struggled. An apartment for each. And he gives them a good education. He supports their education. Very common in India. How is it in UK? Do people walk out of home at 18? Or at least university? After the university, they definitely do. In India, it takes a little bit more time. Only when they're setting up of their own house, they walk out. Anyway, let us say, after the university, they decide to go abroad for this further education and jobs. They come to UK, they go to USA, they go to Europe, wherever. They go to Far East. And then they settle down, they say, I'm not coming back. I've got put my roots here, a great place. My children also born here, they will be. I don't want to come back to you. I mean, I'll come and visit you, but I don't think I'll stay there. Now, this man has struggled hard, put up 2 houses. They don't want it. Purposeless right there. Now all your life has gone what? 25 years of working to set up. Purposeless. I have worked hard to put this political leader in office. Many people in states are feeling this right now. Put this guy in office. This is what I worked for. Where is he taking the country to? Purposeless. You work so hard. You sacrifice, you did them. What happened to your purpose? And finally, at the end of the day, what purpose? 6 feet under the ground. Isn't it? You hope there is something better hereafter. That's why everyone gets religious at the end of their lives. Because now you're confronting your own mortality. If you're lucky, you'll get a chance to confront your mortality earlier. You have to be lucky for that. Or you have to be very self-aware for that. Human problems. A cow or a buffalo or a dog doesn't have these problems. Yeah. Purposeless. I think it's fine with its life. What is God's plan for me? I don't know. Ask God. Why are you asking me? If He has a plan, you should be asking Him. What are you asking me? You look at nature. The squirrel has a plan for itself. And the forest has a plan for the squirrel. Both are in harmony. Na? The forest has a plan that more trees should come up. The squirrel has a plan that I must hoard the nuts and bury them and forget where I buried them. So new trees come up there. It's perfect harmony. Are you in harmony with the creation? What harmony? I'm not harmony with my family. I'm not harmony with my partner in life. There's always disharmony. Finally we decided, let there be some space. So are you harmony with the space? No, I feel lonely. I miss her. So where are you going to be in harmony? What is your purpose? So the sense of purposelessness. That's another human problem. Isolation and loneliness was one, purposelessness another. Because all that I achieve finally under the ground. You remember that great poem, the Iliad? The story of Achilles, the famous warrior. So he gets a request to come for this battle. 1,000 ships are going to be sailed. You will never have a battle like this experience before. And Achilles, you are born for this. So he goes to his mother. Because he likes the idea of the battle, but not the king who's leading them. The mother says, if you go for this battle, you will achieve fame. They'll never forget you. But I will never see you again, because your destruction walks hand in hand with your fame. Great. He says, okay. That name is worth it. I'll never be forgotten. Never be forgotten? Today we are questioning whether that's myth or reality. We are questioning whether that battle of Troy really happened or not. Was there a city of Troy? It may be around Turkey, in Turkey. But was it there? We are questioning that. Was it a creation of Homer's mind? Or did it really happen? What are you talking about being remembered? Your existence is being questioned. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? What am I doing today? Take a good long look at our own lives. Only then true spirituality will emerge. I have to see the issues in my present living. Only then I can be really spiritual. This part of it becomes important. Here we are. This, in one word, in Sanskrit, is summed up as samsara. The problems of human existence. Samsara, one term, catch-all term, one samsara. Freedom from this samsara is called moksha, nirvana. So my next question is, if you think you have these problems, do you want freedom from it or not? Is there a human being who does not want freedom from his existential issues and to be joyful, fulfilled person? Is there any human being who doesn't want to be fulfilled? Yeah. Is there a person who doesn't want to be joyful, happy? I was talking like this, and someone raised his hand. Yes, Swamiji, this problem is now we are all searching for happiness. If we stop searching for happiness, we'll all be happy. Look at his statement. If we stop searching, we'll be happy. That means what? He also wants to be happy. But he thinks searching is a problem, therefore stop searching. Searching, you won't get it. Not searching also, you won't get it. You have to discover something for that. That is the hidden teaching beyond yoga. How to be a fulfilled being. Happy, contented, joyful, irrespective of what you're doing. You can be a monk. You can be a married person. You can have a partner without getting married. You can have kids. You need not have kids. You can have a job. You can be a hobo like me without a job. Be what you want. You are happy and fulfilled being. That, how to be that, is the ultimate purpose of human life. May not be an immediate purpose, because immediately there may be other things drawing your attention, demanding your time and effort. But ultimately, this is what it is. As students, as yogis here, would you all want it? If you want it, I'll go further. If you don't want it, let's go and have a cup of coffee. Yeah, I will teach only if people want it. If you don't want it, what am I wasting my time and your time for? I'm dead serious about this, okay? I'm happy being without any teaching. We call that Mastaram Baba in India. You know? Sit down, fulfilled by yourself. Oh, someone wants to learn something? Okay, fine, I'll teach. Okay, so assuming, since most of you are still here, okay, I am assuming that all of you want to be a fulfilled being. Now, here comes another thing. Those of you who have been exposed to the philosophy of yoga, most of you equate yoga with Sankhya philosophy, isn't it? That came about a couple of thousand years back. Couple of thousand years? Yeah, yoga is a whole discipline. Yeah. Anywhere between 6 to 10,000 years old. Before it was equated with Sankhya, it was equated with Vedanta. Somebody, how can you say that? The conventional wisdom, all the books talk about it as equated with Sankhya. You are trying to be the odd man out. No. This is traditional wisdom. Why? There are more than 20 published Yoga Upanishads. Another name for Upanishad is Vedanta. If there are so many Yoga Upanishads, obviously Yoga and Vedanta went together. Vedanta is a name, a positional name given to the Upanishads. The Upanishads happen to be at the end portion of the Veda. And the Upanishad is presented as a means of knowing the truth about yourself. And in that vision of the Upanishads, in the hidden teaching beyond yoga, you are already a fulfilled being. You are already a fulfilled being. In my vision, what am I? I am like this only. I am this much only. Why am I like this only? That's my vision of myself. The Upanishad sees me as complete, free from everything. Now, there is a mismatch in this vision. The Upanishad, the vision is what I would like to have. Why? I want to be a fulfilled being. And the Upanishad is promising every one of us is a fulfilled being. Yeah. That's a good promise, but is it true? Well, you will know it for whether it's true or not only if you examine it. No? How will you know otherwise? How will you know otherwise? Can you trust it enough to give it a try? Not more than that. To give it a try. Let us see. I've tried so many things in life. Didn't give me that fulfillment I'm seeking. So the first step is to be aware what I'm seeking is fulfillment. Because this is expressed in different ways as wanting to be happy, etc. Every child is born wanting to be happy, a person. But we bury it under a lot of other things. Just imagine, you are asking a child, Beta, Sonny, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he looks at you and says, happy. What will you say? That's fine, that's fine. But how do you want to be happy? What do you want to do to become happy? No, I just want to be happy. But we'll always convert it into doing something, achieving something, doing something. Isn't it true? Isn't that all what we went through when we were young? Look it back. And that's how the society functions. It's fine, there is a purpose in it. Why? You need to gain life's experiences before you can come to something like this. Spirituality is not in isolation with life. You have to go through life experiences and grow. Chitta vritti, nirodha, up to there. Before you can come to something like this and make it work. Therefore, back to this dichotomy in these two visions. Okay. In the vision of the Upanishads, I am already a fulfilled being. My vision, I am anything but that. So the Upanishad says, hey, there is something wrong in the way you have taken yourself to be. Remember what I started off with? Self-judgment. We all are. We are told, don't judge people, don't judge others. All that is good. But we judge ourselves. Including the person who gives you that advice, don't judge others. That person has judged himself. I am this much. The whole process of socialization made it. This is a social thing. All of us are born ignorant. Total ignorance. Ignorance about the world, ignorance about themselves. You think a baby knows? Do you think a baby knows that this is mother? The baby only knows this is comfort, security, food. That's all the baby knows. Mother, etc. comes later. Mother, etc. comes later. This is all a baby knows. Ignorant about itself, ignorance about the world. Slowly, you shed ignorance about the world. Okay, this person is mama. This guy with the booming voice and scratchy face is papa. Then there's another younger looking person. That must be my sister or brother or whatever. All this knowledge comes later, much later. Before that, knowledge of the body. Oh, when I put my finger, no, there is sensation here, there is sensation here. I put that blanket into the mouth, only sensation here. Here there is no sensation. This must be me. It's all subconscious process that happens. Haven't you seen children, babies doing that, putting everything into their mouth? Anything around them, including his own toe? Why? I have to see what is my limit, no? So I am a limited being comes right there. No? Ignorance about the body, it sheds. Ignorance about the world, it sheds. If you are into yoga, qigong, etc., you shed ignorance about your prana to an extent. To your emotion, some extent you shed. About your reasoning, knowledge, ignorance you shed. About the world, ignorance you shed. We can go to Mars and come back. Moon and come back right now. Mars and come back a few years down the line. Up to now, you can go to Mars, but you can't come back. One-way ticket we have. We don't have a return ticket. A few years we'll get that also. It's a question of time, we'll figure it out. I'm confident in the human race. We will figure it out. But about myself, up to my mind, everything I figured out. But who's the mind? Who's the person who's looking at that body, looking at that mind, shedding ignorance about the body, mind, etc., shedding ignorance about the world? Who's that entity? Who in the vision of the Upanishad is a fulfilled, happy being? Who's that? That is the message of the... That is the hidden teaching. That's available only for asking. In olden India, you have to ask for it to get it. Otherwise you wouldn't get it. Yeah. Nowadays, if you wait for asking, people will die ignorant. Therefore, we do some awareness programs like this. So now the question is, only one question worth asking or answering: who am I? Various ways of saying this. Okay. And various answers also, no? Who am I? What you see is what you get. I am this. Look at it. I am the body is a natural conclusion. It's a baby, an adult with logic also. Body sits, I sit. Body is tall, I am tall. Body is short, I am short. Body is fat, I am fat. Oh, Swamiji, you can't say that now. Political correctness. Okay. I am big. Okay. Body is thin, I am thin. So I must be body, right? So you have a clear expression, experience. I am body. You also experience the body as mine. Don't you do that? Swamiji had such a yoga workout yesterday, Ashtanga yoga, for 2 hours. My whole body is sore. My whole body is aching. You are aching or body is aching? What did you say just now? My body is aching. I'm happy with the practice, but my body is sore. I body or my body? Look at it. If you have two experiences, I and mine cannot be the same. What is mine is different from me. But we are referring to the body as I as well as mine, which is true. Experience does not give you knowledge. Analyzed experience gives you knowledge. Because experience cannot give you knowledge. Small illustration. There was this man from Alcoholic Anonymous going around talking about the problems of drinking. So he believed in experiential learning. So he used to keep a glass of water and a glass of whiskey. He took a worm and dropped it into the glass of water. Worm is happily swimming around. He took the worm, dropped it into the glass of whiskey. The worm dies. What does this teach you? One guy with a red nose. Yes, my dear man, what does it teach you? If you drink whiskey, you will get no worms. Experiential learning right here. Experience doesn't teach you. Only if you analyze the experiences and gain some learning, it will teach you. The effect of whiskey on cells and this and all that we have to learn. So, two experiences. I body, my body. So how do you know you're tall, short, etc.? Hey, it's my body, I'm aware of it. You are aware of the body. You have a subject-object relationship with this body. Right or wrong? Then it is not you. If you have a subject-object relationship, my phone, not iPhone. No? Even if you have an iPhone, what will you say? My phone. iPhone doesn't make it you. No? Mine. That means what? Body is not you. It is your body for the time being. It's okay. No issues. I have no issues. I have one body to take care of it. I don't want your body. Taking care of two bodies, oh my God. One body is bad enough. Yeah, to imagine having to eat for two people, exercise for two people, do yoga for two bodies. Hassle. One is good enough. But my body, but I am not the body. Then what are you, my dear sir? You know, it's the prana that keeps the body alive. Natural prana flowing in, which is true. You don't have to always, it is not by only after activating all your chakras will the energy flow through. Energy is flowing through right now, that's why you are alive. When you activate, it becomes a bit more. So, prana, yala yogis, you know you manipulate the prana through your breath. No? You direct the prana. When you learn to do pranayamas, you don't learn all that. Okay, prana, just to move into my sadhisthana, rotate there, come here, flow to my hands. Energize this, extend it outside if you are into martial arts. All that you know, you are manipulating it. It is not you, you are aware of your prana. It's your prana, not really, okay? It's universal prana, which is now manifest in this body, that's all. Not you. Your emotions. Emotions, after all, inner reality is the important reality. Inner reality means mind, emotions. Yeah. You care for this guy? Of course. We have been together for 2 years. Very harmonious thing. So you care for. How do you know you love this guy? How do you know? It's just my mind. I know I love him. It's my feelings. So you're aware of your feelings, right? Not you. Not your feelings. Your knowledge. You were there before you gained the knowledge, isn't it? As a thinking entity, you gain the knowledge. No? Oh, then I must be thinking. Thinking. You're aware of your thinking or not aware of your thinking? René Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. I heard that statement and I said, I am, therefore I doubt. Why? Even when I am not thinking, I am there. No? Anyway, people accuse me that I am not thinking half the time. So I am not thinking, I am there. Between two thoughts, I am not thinking. But I am there, connecting up the two thoughts. So what? My thinking, but it is not I. You come a long way. In this who am I, we have come a long way. But my question still stands. Yeah. I want to know who you are. Who are you? Please tell me. You can only tell one thing safely. What is that? I am the one who is aware of all this. I am conscious of all this. Correct? I am conscious of the world. I'm conscious of the body, mind, this, everything I'm conscious of. Okay, fine. Conscious of it. So what are you? The awarer. In Sanskrit we have a term for this, sakshi, which you might have heard in English as witness. The witnessing self. Sakshi. Okay. But witness you are with respect to something that you are witnessing. Awarer you are with respect to something you are aware of, something you are conscious of. I want to know what you are with respect to yourself. What are you? You have to be the abstract form, pure awareness, consciousness. Okay. So you are this awareness, consciousness. Fine. Does it solve your problem of finitude? Because I am one pocket of consciousness here, you are another pocket of consciousness there. Finite I still am, no? Most people understand consciousness in this manner. Not enough. You are replacing the word soul with consciousness. Doesn't work. Your soul is a finite entity. That Swamiji is okay. After death I'll go to another dimension. I'll be very happy there. That's what I've been promised. All religions promise this. But shall I show you a limitation of this? Because sometimes you have to understand limitations, okay? So in India there was this Ramayana Pandit, this Kathakar. He used to go about telling the greatness of Rama, the stories, Ramayana. Okay? It's supposed to be a very religious activity in India. And this is a time when it is maximum in India. This period, this time. Okay? So, then he lived to a ripe old age and no stress. He was like that. There's no stress in your life. Okay? Simple life. Then he died. So he went to the next dimension. The Hindu version of heaven. Okay? I mean, each religion has its own version. Now what can I do? I'm only saying what is they say. I'm not saying anything else. So he went. And there he had a small, nice house, very pretty house. And every day he would walk up to the palace where Indra, the ruler of heavens, or God, whatever you want to call him, he was there. Have darshan and this. He was leading a very happy, contented life. This was what he was promised and he got it. Come on, yaar. You have to be satisfied with that. His neighboring house was a huge palatial house. And a chariot would come for him every day. Okay. A huge chariot. And he would get in the driveway itself and go. He had a special seat reserved in heaven. This guy couldn't even see who he was at that distance. Yeah, he'll come back. My God, if I have done so much of good in life to bring me here, how much must he have done to be there? I mean, my whole life went to telling the greatness of Rama. What must he have done to reach there? But I'm happy. I got what I've been promised. I'm happy with that. Then, one day he managed to get a glimpse of this guy. Oh my God, this guy! I knew him in Bombay. How did he land up here? He goes to Indra. How can this guy be here? I knew him. There is something wrong with your records. He was a local don. Every crime in the book plus some he has done. How can he be here? Go to the record keeper, Chitragupta. You know, India, heaven, that's very different, okay? Go to the record keeper. There's something wrong with your record. This. I know. It is my personal knowledge. Nobody can argue with me on this. He was in Bombay. I knew him. He was a don. He has killed people. Every wrong thing in the book he has done. How can he be here? He says, there's nothing wrong with the records. Why? Because of your Ramayana, you put the belief in God into a few souls. A few people you put that. For that you are here. I'm very happy with that. I have no issues on that. How is he here? You put belief into a few people. This guy put the fear of God in thousands. Thousands of people feared God because when he used to come, they say, oh my God, your God is around. So you see, right in heaven, he is unhappy. You don't have to have all this. Your neighbor comes with you to heaven, you will be unhappy. Your ex comes to heaven with, my God, here also. What does it take to be unhappy? Going to another dimension will not make you happy. So back to this. You have to understand who exactly is the I, who is aware of all this, including heaven and hell if you are going there. Whatever version it is. I give you the Hindu version. Whatever version it is. Are you aware of it or not? It's an experience or not? After some time you will get bored or not? After some time you will want to travel or not? There is a story written like that. One of the queens in India, she went to heaven. Great life she had there. After some time she started getting bored. She missed all the challenges of ruling, all the intrigue and the politics, Yeah. Getting bored here. I want to go back and have a round on earth and come back. That's how rebirth came into the picture, okay? But how come only Hindus are reborn, nobody else is reborn? Okay, now let's take a different version of heaven. Gabriel goes to God and says, I am having a problem with all these Hindus coming up here. They're setting up computer networks. They're making samosas. Heaven is not a place for all this. What are they doing? Say, speak to devil, you will understand what type of problems he has. Say, calls up devil. Oh my God, it's worse here. They want to air condition the whole thing. They're using all my fire for making samosas and bhajiyas, all the fried stuff. And they've caught all the other devils, my employees, and made them into a union, asking for better working conditions. Better send them back to earth, rebirth. That's how rebirth came, okay? I'm joking. Just giving you a small break from all the seriousness, okay? So, now back to this. All these experiences are not going to make you a fulfilled being. We have done that here, isn't it? We've gone on a cruise, we have done this, we have done that. At the end of it, what? Back to square one. Back to picking up your cross again. Are you a fulfilled being? Great experience. They have created some nice memories. So in old age, you're going to live with your memories. You're going to forget half of them anyway. Yeah. You're going to forget half of them anyway. I'm talking about normal old age forgetfulness. I'm not talking about problem forgetfulness. Yeah. Samji, as a sailor, you must have traveled. You remember all these places? Yeah. No, I don't have any memory loss, okay? But how much do you remember of all those experiences? Oh, Rio was good. Don't ask me how good. And what made it good, don't ask me, okay? That's a previous lifetime. Yeah. How much are you going to remember? Yeah. You remember all their names? I don't. So we're back to square one. We have come to the question of the Sakshi, the witnessing self, the consciousness. Does this consciousness have any limits? Is it limited to your body, my body? Is there a difference between your consciousness, my consciousness? Between the consciousness you are and the consciousness I am, is there a difference? Then finitude will come in, uniqueness will come in, isolation will come in, loneliness will come in, existential issues will come in. It has to be examined. You can't talk it in you can't take it in face value because some odd guy from India has come in an odd dress and is talking about it. A weirdo has come. That doesn't prove anything. It has to be logically understood. No? Is there a difference? First of all. Okay? And first of all, are you not postulating a consciousness? No. I'm not postulating anything. That consciousness is your direct experience right now. Swamiji, I have not had any mystical experiences. It's not mystical. It is universal. What do you say? Listen to this. Do you know I am? I exist. Each one of us. Do you know that you exist? Or is there a doubt about that? In India, there are men who will say that. I'll ask my wife and tell you. I exist, I am. Is it not known to all of us? All of us know I am, I exist. Tell me, how do you know you exist? Do you have to think? Even without thinking, you exist. Huh? In deep sleep, you are not thinking, but you exist or not. That's why you get up in the morning and say, I slept well. You are there. Mind was asleep. Not only the duvet covered you, you are covered in a blanket of ignorance also. But you are there very much. That's why in the morning you will get up and say, I did not know a thing, I slept very well. In Samadhi, all you are thinking this, that, nothing is there. Is it there? No. Do you exist or not? If you don't exist, how did you go into Samadhi and come out of it? You are there. You don't need a Samadhi experience to know you are there. I am there. I am is known. Without thinking, without reasoning, without perception. Do you have to see, knock, knock, who is there? Am I there? You don't have to see whether you are there. You are self-evident. Your existence is self-evident, isn't it? Those who have read some Indian books, they would say, this is called Swayam Jyoti, known by itself. I know I am. I don't need any proof of my own existence. My existence is self-evident. I am. Swamiji, if I know I am, how do I make a mistake of all the self-judgment that you talked about? Because I don't know what I am. Back to that. I know I am, but I don't know what I am. Therefore, I am bound to conclude. You are walking in the dark here, okay? There's only some lights are on. There's light and shade going on here in the night. After space tent is shut down, 10 o'clock, some drumming, etc. is going on. Some bonfire is going on. You're walking. Suddenly you see something long lying there. You don't know what it is. What are you going to say? Hey, careful. Snake. It's a cable someone left there by mistake. Didn't put it inside, put it out. You don't know it's a cable. But you know there is something there that looks like long. What are you going to conclude? It's natural for the mind to jump to a conclusion. Same thing happens to us. I know I am. I don't know what I am. Therefore, I am bound to conclude something about myself. And that conclusion will be based on appearance, on what I am associated with. Because I am aware of all this. Let us say, here is a famous actor. Sean Connery, British actor, no? Scottish actually, but British enough. Okay. He is invited for a Bollywood presentation in India. I mean, a lot of Hollywood actors want to work in Indian movies nowadays. I don't know why, but whatever. And he's given a chance to be on the stage. Now, stage is ultimate acting. No? There's no retakes on the stage. Ultimate. And it's a Bollywood production, Indian production. You see some of these Indian movies, no? There, he's dressed as a beggar. The role is a beggar. Beggar's role. The beggar turns out to be the hero later on. Okay? That's the story, typical Hindi movie story. In the stage also. And he, as a beggar, he is supposed to go to this restaurant, upmarket restaurant, and the bouncer there, the gatekeeper there, says, no, this is not meant for you, and pushes him. He falls down, and he's supposed to get up and break into a song. Typical Hindi films, okay? Ye duniya kya jaane? What does the world know? He's supposed to. Today, the guy pushed him a bit hard. He fell down, banged his head. Unconscious for a second, woke up, temporary amnesia. And the people are watching. Wow, what realistic acting. Must be method acting. How realistic is his acting? He is getting up slowly and saying. And some fundamental questions come into my mind. Who am I? What am I? Temporary amnesia, all that is gone. Then he looks at himself. I am dressed as a beggar. I must be a beggar. People are also treating me like a beggar. Right or wrong? Natural conclusion. Same thing happens to us. I don't know who I am. I am associated with this body and mind. It is natural to conclude on the basis of the body and mind. Natural. Most natural thing in the world. And then we are stuck here with our existential issues. All because of my ignorance about who I am, what I am. So that is the question. That is the hidden teaching beyond yoga. This is what we are going to deal with. Some of you must have had some exposure to this. Okay? But we'll build on this. Any questions, clarifications before I go ahead? Yep. You'll have to speak a bit loudly. I'm a bit hard of hearing, okay? You have a mic for her? A soft-spoken young lady, so she may require a mic. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you... Sorry.
You too. I think adjust it here also. Try now?
Hello.
No.
Hello. I'll just try to be
Okay.
loud and
Yeah.
clear. You mentioned that the Upanishads, there's a couple of questions, but one larger, broader question in terms of the connectivity of everything and from where it began, right? So you have the Sanatan Dharma, which is your...
You mean where the whole problem began?
Not the problem, no, the solution.
The solution, okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's part of the Upanishads, are part of the Vedas. Upanishads are part of the Vedas. See, okay, if you want me to elaborate it, the Vedas is a whole body of literature that talks about human pursuits. This has gone off now. Yeah. Is it the battery going off or? Oh, this has got muted?
No, no, no. It's just
Oh, the battery is gone. Okay. Must be at the bottom or something. Huh? Yeah, there you are. Okay. I think even if you replace one, it should work for the. No, it's gone. It's green. Hmm? Yeah. Nope. Can you hear me now? Now? Nope. No, not yet. Okay, you can give me a hand mic. I'll handle that with that. Okay, I can speak loudly. Can you all hear me now? Okay, if you can hear me now, look at this. Veda is a body of literature that gives you about human pursuits. Okay. Now your human pursuits are divided into 4 fundamental areas. One is called artha, my sense of security. Where do I feel safe in physical terms? So house, money, etc. That pursuit will come under artha. Now I don't need the Veda to get those things. But the Vedas will give me some means which are not known to me to get those things. Second is kama, desire. Do I need the Veda to fulfill a desire? No. But the Veda gives you some extra knowledge, some extra means by which I can fulfill that. And to get artha and kama, hereafter, afterlife. Whole thing has to be based on dharma, your rule of law. Hey, if you tell me it's raining outside, I need not check whether it's raining. Na? I can trust you because you're going to be honest about it. This universal, now it's come back. This universal is called dharma. Anything to do with life hereafter, after this life, is also called dharma. So the first portion of the Veda deals with dharma, artha, kama. Elaborately. Talks about means and ends which I can't even figure out. Okay. The last section, when you have been there, done that, you want more out of life, it talks about moksha. So that is the Upanishad. That section is called the Upanishad. All the 4 Vedas have different Upanishads. Every Veda has at least a dozen Upanishads. More. Between 4 Vedas, there are 112 Upanishads.
Thank you. And Upanishads are basically talking about moksha.
Yeah. This freedom from my existential issues.
Got it. And the Sanatan Dharma, which are eternal values, Swamiji, is that just the name for Hinduism and the philosophy that we follow, or is that also part of
No, whether you call it Hinduism, whether you call it Hindutva, whether you call it Sanatana Dharma, you're all referring to the same body of knowledge. It is a knowledge, it is a lifestyle, it's also a religion. People say it's only a lifestyle, not a religion, which is not true. Because a religion has to deal with you, world and God. It deals with that. It also deals with a lifestyle in harmony with this. harmony with nature, this, that, environmental consciousness, to see everything as divine. So the question of God also I'll handle as part of this. So that also deals with. Okay? And it's a body of knowledge because it tells you what the truth is about. Truth of yourself. So it's all three, not just one thing. Yeah. So Sanatana Dharma is a name because Hinduism was a name given to this knowledge, this lifestyle, because when, see, we never used to call it anything. We used to call it Vedic or not Vedic. Okay? Olden days is only Vedic. In India, only Vedic. Other civilizations were not there. We are talking about thousands of years. Then when the Persians, etc. came to India, they found the civilization was on the other side of the Indus river. The Indus river in the Veda is called the Sindhu. Okay? It's called the Sindhu. Now in Persian, there is no Sa. The alphabet Sa is not there. So they started calling it Hindu. And the people who lived this side, in this culture, were called Hindus. And this was called Hindustan. Okay? Even now, Arab countries and Pakistan and all, call this Hindustan. We don't call it Hindustan because of our secular credentials, but they call it Hindustan, where the land of the Hindus, land of the Sindhu river, where this knowledge flourished. So it was what we call the Sindhu Saraswati civilization. And then it became the Sindhu Saraswati Ganga civilization. Then all the other rivers also were included, because the thing spread all over India. So because it is a foreign name, people, when we are struggling for independence, etc., we said, let us give it an Indian name, Sanatana Dharma. Could also call it Vedic, it is fine. So it's all names given. So Sanatana Dharma is a nice name because we are talking about eternal principles. We are not talking about dharma or the ethics as limited to one religion or one group. Wherever human beings are, this is applicable. You may be like I have in Bombay, students who are Christians, Parsis, Zoroastrians, even Muslims coming and learning from me. I don't say, hey, you have to change your religion. No, you follow your religion, you follow your worship, understand something about yourself. That's why Sanatana is applicable for anyone who wants to learn. The Veda belongs to one who masters it with love. That's it. Okay. So that's why it's called Sanatana. Yeah.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Welcome. So there is more to this. There are a lot of nuances now in this. Okay. But any other questions? I'll handle the questions first before we build up further. Now, 3 days, they're not 3 separate talks, okay? I'm going to build up. I'll sum it up, but I'll build up again. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello. I've been wondering quite a while now whether or what the difference is between the seer and the self or the consciousness. What I sort of tried to pick up from what you said, what you said, the consciousness is basically that which...
The seer, the witness is consciousness.
Is the same.
Yeah, the seer, witness, there are 2 terms used for the same entity.
So from the Sanskrit, so the Drishtra and the Purusha is one and the same thing?
Okay. Now, Purusha and Prakriti are used differently in Sankhya and Vedanta. Most of you may be aware of Purusha, Prakriti in Sankhya. 2 separate entities. The same thing in Vedanta, we use the term Purusha and Prakriti because the Gita uses it. Okay? Some texts use it. Other texts would present it as Brahman and Maya. Purusha becoming Brahman, Prakriti becoming Maya. It's the same thing. Prakriti description is identical as Maya description. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, all that comes into this. And Purusha or Brahman is a consciousness. So the consciousness manifests through Maya is this creation. All that I'll elaborate.
Okay. So it's the same, the consciousness
is called the Purusha or Brahman.
And that's the same as the seer. So a
seer
is an object, a subject.
So how the seer is Brahman, I still have to explain. I have not explained that. I just come to the seer as consciousness.
Now I'm trying just to explore since a while
Yeah.
Is consciousness a subject which is aware of?
Yes.
Or is
Consciousness is a subject that's aware of all your thinking.
And what in the samadhi state, there is no self-awareness.
It's more than self-awareness.
Awareness of just
Yeah.
consciousness without any tangible object.
Yeah.
So basically, when it is the seer, it is aware of Maya
Everything, yeah.
and yourself. But when basically all that mind is locked
Yeah.
out, then
When the mind
awareness is
recognizes
only
itself,
awareness
yeah.
of self-awareness.
This is consciousness, yeah.
Good.
That's why self-awareness, the term is used generally with respect to your mind. In psychology, the term self-awareness is used as you're aware of your strengths, your weaknesses, your emotions, your this. So the term self-aware in English is used in that context.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying it's more than that.
yeah.
It's more self-knowledge. Then you will say self-knowledge, self-realization. These terms have come up because of the limitation of the word self-awareness. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? So short. Because tomorrow I can build up on what I had done today and go further. I hope people are there tomorrow, the same. Yeah. Yes,
Hiya.
ma'am.
I haven't quite formulated the question, but it's so we were talking about loneliness and isolation,
Hmm.
and I feel like can you talk more about how to navigate this when part of how we understand ourselves is through being with other people, but when we're with other people, we're looking for that sense of self mirrored or reflected or understood from someone else. And so that's why we come to events like this, so that we can feel part
Yeah.
of the community that
Yes.
resembles ourselves.
Sense of belonging. Yeah.
Sense of belonging, but then how do you then navigate that when in, for instance, the normal British world, which is not like
Not necessarily
this, and
connected
so
with
then
this. Yeah.
you feel lonely, or you don't feel that sense of self mirrored or reflected in
Yeah.
the world that you're looking for. So how do you navigate that?
Yeah. So there are two aspects to this. One, what I was talking about, is freedom from the sense of isolation. How through this knowledge of the self, we can completely free us from this problem. That is called moksha. That takes some understanding, some time. So in the meantime, how we are going to live? Like the same thing happens in Bombay, where I teach. Everyone in Bombay is not into this. It is not that all Indians are spiritual. All Indians are very money-minded also. You must have met some of them in this thing. They can be as competitive, as money-minded as a Brit, in fact, sometimes more. Because they come here as immigrants. Therefore, they have to try harder. You have a base, they don't have a base. So they have to try harder, they are more competitive. So, they are the same as anyone, because human problems are universal. Human attitudes are universal. We are all that uncivilized beings. Scratch the surface and we are all the same. Surface differences are there. So, how do we in the functional world deal with that loneliness? In our empirical world. There is where you create support groups of like-minded people. Like all my students have WhatsApp groups in their own classes. Like I have half a dozen classes. Therefore, there are half a dozen WhatsApp groups. So, where you keep in touch, you meet for lunch or dinner or this thing or just for a get-together, or you meet online on a Zoom. My friend Karthik here, he's been coming to my classes. He has an online group where they have quizzes, this, that, all fun things. But all related to this knowledge. So, you create a community. Like you met here. You are there are going to be 1,200 people registered for this. You're not going to meet all 1,200 people or click with all 1,200. But at least half a dozen people you will click and you will relate to. Keep in touch. Meet up. Where you have people who understand what you're into. Your own yoga groups, where you go to practice yoga in a group. So that will help navigate this issue It will not solve the problem of loneliness, but it will help you manage that issue. So in a yoga group also there can be conflict. No? Haven't you seen one yoga group splitting into two? Because human. See, human beings have two things. Because we miss that harmony, we want that belongingness. But since we are unique as consciousness also, you want to assert your independence. So you'll form a group and then you want a secretary, president, hierarchy, because you want to be unique. This is a normal trend that happens in many societies, organizations. So don't get into organizational thing. Just get into a thing of keeping in touch, bonding together. You come together, one thing. So in the big, So you get into all these things so that it is nice and manageable. Once it gets manageable, then you learn and you get the freedom from the whole thing. That's how it is. So she's signaling time is up. 12:45, a person who was my student and then later on became a teacher in her own right, is speaking on an allied topic, okay? The Hindu roots of the whole thing. So that will happen after this. I will build up on this topic. A lot of things I left unsaid today. I'll build up on this tomorrow after a quick summary. Tomorrow I am at 1:30, I think. Na? 1:30 I am tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I am at 1:30. Yeah? Okay. Thank you all.